Hey there, Wasfrick here to do a review on my East German kit. Now, just very recently I was able to complete my East German kit, uniform, pouches, and everything, and I just want to make a video of it while I've got it all on. So this is the East German uniform used by the, I believe it's called the National Volksarmee from about 1965 to 1990, basically unchanged the entire duration. And this uniform is in the strichtarn, or raindrop pattern camouflage. Very unusual camouflage, probably one of the strangest ones out there. As you can see, it's basically a olive green with brown lines running through it, and from a distance it just fades into like an olive drab type color. So anyways, pretty unusual. So what I'm wearing right now, I've got the shirt, the field shirt in strichtarn, and the pants, the summer uniform, and I'm also wearing the M1956 steel helmet with a strichtarn cover. This cover actually has a veil for use by snipers or whatever. My 4-cell AK-47 magazine pouch. This is the straight one, not the curved one that you often run into. I've got a 3-cell grenade pouch right here. Just I've got it empty for right now. My SCHMS gas mask. Let me just go ahead and pull it out. Wrong end. Got my SCHMS gas mask. Let me set that to the side. I also have my AK-47 bayonet. And then I also have the East German canteen and cup with the strichtarn cover. So just as far as the uniform goes, it's comfortable. It fits very well. I got a medium, and I actually got a set in decent condition, and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's lightweight. It fits snugly, and it just the cut looks pretty good, and it just fits really well. And I like it. And then just the strichtarn is something neat. You don't really see it too often, and but just it's a really good uniform. It's got 2 pockets on the front, 2 chest pockets, and then it's got 2 pockets on either arm. And then the pants are similar to BDU pants with 2 slash pockets on the side. It's just got 2 cargo pockets on each side, and then it's got a 3-button closure. And these pants also have elastic, which is pretty nice. And these pants have hooks set up for use with suspenders, but I don't need the suspenders as they've got a good fit. So then moving on, I'm wearing the Y harness. Just it's like a just a kind of like a nylon material, just gray. So it's not too bad. And it's just I just think it's kind of odd that they chose a gray color. And then it's not on my Y harness right now, but I have the bread bag. So this one just goes on the, or well, heard it called the bread bag, but this just goes on the back of the suspenders, and then you can just put whatever you want in it. There's supposed to be gray leather loops for the Zeltbahn shelter half and strichtarn, but for some reason this one is missing those. I don't know if I'll be able to get my hands on one of those again. But anyways, so just looking at each individual piece of equipment, this is a 4-cell magazine pouch for the AK-47, which works great for me because I've got my my Wasser 10. So this is something a little bit less conspicuous than my multicam chest rig for going to the range. So this works pretty good. I mean, it's got your standard German closure. It's got there's 2 metal, I guess you could call hoops, and then there's 2 metal slots on the top that fit over it, and then you just pull through this retaining part right here. So and it's actually pretty easy to do mag drills. So I've just practiced a little bit. So you just take your magazine out, pull out the straps, lift up the flaps, pull out your magazine, and then just lock it into place, just like that. So it's a good mag pouch. When I first got it, I didn't think it would actually fit my magazines, but it actually fits really well. And I was initially concerned because most of the magazine pouches that you'll see are the curved style, and this one from all the pictures seemed a straight style. So I was worried that would only fit the AK-74 magazines, but the AK-47 mags just work just fine. The only problem I'd see with them, with all other mag pouches, would be if you use these ribbed Tapco style magazines. They're a little bit wider than your standard magazine, but that shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then I've got my bayonet. Right here, it's actually, I was lucky enough to get a bayonet with a matching number on both the bayonet itself and the scabbard. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that out. It's done a nice little belt hanger. So then you just take your bayonet and you take your AK or whatever, and you just go ahead and slide it on there. Just like that. So just the only time you might have a problem is I know some of the AK variants, they do not have a bayonet lug, but I've got a Wasser 10, it's got a bayonet lug, so I am good to go. Then there's I've got the 3-cell grenade pouch, which I just got to complete the setup, I guess. I've heard you can fit stripper clips in there. I was actually able to fit the stripper clips for my Type 53 and the 760x54R inside here. So that's pretty neat. I can put earplugs and whatever there too. And then I've got the canteen right here. I'm not really going to take it off because it's kind of a hassle. Just the thing that kind of upset me is the canteens, or East German canteens, are really cheaply made. There's just a cheap translucent plastic flask. So I don't know if I should have just gone with this or if I should have gone with the insulated canteen. I might end up getting an insulated canteen anyways, but it's still pretty neat. It's got a little cup on the top. It's definitely inferior to the U.S. canteens in terms of quality. But anyways, and finally on my head, well not finally, but on my head, I've got the M1956 helmet with the strichtarn cover. And from what I've read, this was originally a prototype during the last stage of World War II. And it's a really, really odd helmet. It's got a very high cut and it's a very wide helmet. So pretty much everything above the top of your ears is exposed, but I guess if there's shrapnel or whatever raining down from above, that wouldn't be a problem. So it's pretty nice. It's a nice addition to the kit. And I chose to go with a rain camo cover versus the helmet net just because it looks cooler. Now, one thing I am missing on this uniform is the entrenching tool. So those, I haven't really come across one yet. I don't know if I want to spend the money to get that, but so that's a mostly complete kit. So and then one other thing is I tried to find the jack boots. I think they're called a Noble Rocker, but they're extremely hard to find in my size, which is a 12. So I ended up getting some Soviet paratrooper boots instead. So I can't really lift up my legs that high, but they seem to be close enough for it. And just the Noble Rocker, the German jack boots, the East German ones, they're very, very hard to find in the larger sizes. So if you're a smaller person, you want to do East German loadout, you're lucky. So now I've got some other stuff that I want to show as well by East German winter clothing. Let me go ahead and take the helmet off. So what I've got over here, I've got a the East German hat. Looks a lot like an Ushanka, and it fits pretty much the same way. It's got 2 folding flaps that when not in use, the back folds up and then these flaps fold up, and then it's just sits on the top like a normal Ushanka. And it's very comfortable. And I've actually got an old Soviet Ushanka, and it's made of a really scratchy, itchy wool, but this is a really soft felt material. And then on the front of it, we've got the East German badge, which is pretty nice. Then I've got a pair of quilted strichtarn pattern pants, size M48. So it's, they're pretty nice. They're really thick. They're really comfy. As you can see, it's got loops for the suspenders, just like the regular combat pants. And then inside is a really nice, warm quilted lining. I don't know how much how well that's showing up, but because these pants are so thick, it's actually kind of hard to tuck them into the jack boots. So if I was to be wearing these pants, I'd be wearing them over the boots, which is still accurate, as I've seen a bunch of footage of East German troops wearing their trousers over their jack boots. And then finally, I have my East German winter jacket. And it's got the same quilted lining as the pants. It's very warm. It's got a big variety of pockets on the outside. The only thing is, with this jacket, I am missing the collar, which was called, I was searching for it, it was called, I can't remember right now. But, so hopefully I'm able to get one of those collars, but other than that, it's a good jacket. It's actually really, really nice. And my wife loves it because it doesn't really look, quote, too military with the strichtarn pattern versus I've got a Dutch DPM winter jacket, and then I've got a US M81 Woodland winter jacket. So to her, this is less military, so she likes it. So I don't believe there's anything else that I'm missing right now, except, oh, I would have gotten a Makarov rain camo holster, but I don't have a Makarov pistol, so I went ahead and got just a brown leather Tokarev holster for my M57. So maybe if I go to the range, just wear that on my hip. So I believe that's all I have to say about this kit. It's just something really neat, and I haven't really seen anyone around with it. Just people on YouTube, and it's a very nice, neat little kit. I have actually, in addition to everything I have here, I have one of the chemical suits rolled up, tucked away somewhere. So it's a very nice kit, and I just hope I've done a good review on it. And just please make sure to comment and subscribe, and thanks for watching.